So I'm going to follow them. I am not going to follow them and then instantly message them and say, hey, I've been following you forever. I have a product I'd like you to share.
You're killing me.
It drives me nuts.
Here we are. This is another great podcast to start off 2026. This is the Utah Business Spotlight. I am Peter Anthony, your host, but today I am out-hosted by the modern dad, Jason Dunnigan. He is a stud. You've seen his Instagram. You've been to his websites. He's a major influencer. He happens to live in Utah, but here's something that has happened. Like when Jason and I got on the phone, we didn't stop talking. This guy is an Italian brother from a different mother. I love him. Jason, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Oh, man, I'm excited to have you. I think you're really having me. I convinced you to allow me to be interviewed by you.
No.
But what you're doing here, I want to hit on a couple of things that I think are important for our audience.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about passion and the importance of being passionate about whatever you do, then applying that passion that you have to what you're doing consistently. We're going to talk about opportunity, finding the right opportunity to bring your passion to the forefront, right? Because those vehicles can change. Sometimes
Sure
you're
can.
doing, it wouldn't be great to try to plow a field today with an oxen.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make sense.
Right.
As a matter of fact, I think there's only one team of oxen in the whole state that knows how to pull a plow.
Yeah.
I don't know why I know that random thing.
Because why not?
Yeah, that's right. And we're going to talk about how to turn your passion into a business.
Yeah.
Because it's really important. So many people fail at that. So share with the audience what you do, where they can find you, and how come they already know you.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for having me. So I am Jason. I'm the Modern Dad. You can find me on Instagram. I have the website, The Modern Dad. And I just started it about 13 years ago when I decided I'm going to have kids. So clearly I must be a dad, right?
Right. It's funny how that works.
Right. It's crazy. It's crazy. Right. The title just comes. So what makes it modern? I grew up in a time where it's not that dad didn't love you, but dad went to work, he came home, and his work was done. Right. And I always just had the idea of like...
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Dad went to work, came home, and his work was done.
Right.
Trippy concept, right?
Totally.
Because that doesn't involve dad being part of your life as a father.
Exactly.
His role as a father was defined like, unfortunately for him.
Right.
Right? Because that's the only use he had.
Right.
Wow.
It's dad went to work, he came home, and he was there.
Wow.
But wasn't at the events, wasn't at your sports, wasn't at your singing competitions, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, he didn't sit you down.
Right. He didn't take you shopping. He didn't do your hair. He didn't change your diaper. If you want to go way back.
It's always the hairdressing jokes that jump in because you know it was a hairdresser.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes, I did my daughter's hair. I still do.
Same. And so that was the thing. It wasn't that I was against how he parented. I just always thought, I want to be a part of my kid's life. I want to be active, and I want them to remember that dad was at all these things as much as I can be.
So let's because you started with this thesis of what would it take to be a more involved dad.
Right.
When you determined that you were actually going to be a dad, that evolved into an Instagram channel.
Yeah.
Right. How many followers do you have on that channel right now?
Over 60,000. I don't know what it is.
60,000, right?
Yeah.
That's a tremendous amount.
Yeah.
But what it also turned into was a way for you to turn that into work.
Totally.
Like you're supporting your family.
Yeah.
Really, really well.
Totally.
I know where you live. I've seen pictures of your shit, man. It's hot. Right?
Yeah.
You're like killing it
for
your family on both sides.
Yes.
You can be the dad who works, who still comes home and becomes the father.
Exactly. Yes.
Is that is that the thesis to the modern dad?
Right. It was, I want to share my experiences of coming from a dad's perspective. There weren't a lot of dad bloggers when I had started. And so I was blogging and I was Instagramming and doing them both. And I also was working full time. And so it was just a fun thing. It was a thing on the side. It was, oh, we'd happen to get some products sent to us or articles of clothing. Then eventually it rolled into affiliates where I was making somewhat of a commission if people bought it because I was talking about it.
So cool, right?
Yeah, it's cool.
Right now, my background was hair salons.
Yeah,
And I always say hair salons was the first social media platform ever invented, right? Because if we talked about it, you'd buy it.
sure.
You know, it's like we were telling you the best restaurants, the best movies. I always said, if you want something launched, tell a hairdresser
Yeah,
because they have a following, right? And
Yeah.
we were at the time, the modern influencer,
yeah,
you know, which is super cool how you've now transitioned that into the modern dad is now the digital version of that.
yeah.
You're having conversations, you're building relationships with companies. Well, and you know, I own a marketing agency, so I'm always going to want to talk about how do you build. So many people want to create that. Well, how do I get my product
Uh-huh.
to an influencer who can sell my product? And if I'm an influencer, how do I get a product that I can sell? Let's talk about both sides of that.
Totally. Yeah.
Let's
So
jump
first,
in.
let's go the business side. So if I'm a business and I want to work with an influencer, the very first thing I want to do is I want to build a relationship with them.
How
So-
do I start that relationship?
Exactly. So I'm going to follow them. I am not going to follow them and then instantly message them and say, hey, I've been following you forever. I have a product I'd like you to share.
You're
Like,
killing me.
it drives me nuts.
It's, you know, you just said something that was so incredibly wise and brilliant. It's like, start a relationship with them. Okay, cool. I knew that part. Start by following them.
Right. Yeah.
It's like,
That's
yeah,
it.
start by following
It's
them.
so simple.
And then I would imagine the second part of that is to comment.
Comment, interact, but don't just comment on like, hey, cute, fun. If I see a picture or a reel or something you post, if I saw you in real life, I wouldn't be like, cute. I'm going to say like, oh my gosh, I love your jacket. Where'd you get it? Or this is so
Walmart.
great what you're doing. Right. I'm going to say something real. I'm going to be more like authentic in my comment.
Yeah.
And I want to do it consistently. I want to make sure I'm commenting on things that I genuinely care about because I see the comments. I see them. And the more genuine and ones that
be
relate more,
interactive.
right?
Yeah, you want to be
then I'm like,
interactive
oh
and
yeah, I get it.
authentic.
You do care. Like
Yeah.
you really are seeing what I'm doing. It's not just like you're trying to push your stuff on
Right.
me.
It's amazing because we coach a tremendous amount of influencers. And I know you were looking around. You probably saw the people I've worked with.
Yeah.
And the simplest thing to success is that we learned this in when I was doing hair. One of my mentors said to me, you know, Peter, when you want to create a relationship because people, they've seen your work. I happen to be a very famous hairdresser at one point. They'd see my work in a magazine. They'd come make an appointment with me because they saw a piece of work. But it was my job to create a relationship before the scissors touch the hair.
Yeah.
Because that determines, that level of communication determines the outcome of the relationship,
Mm-hmm.
right? Most doctors are sued for malpractice, not because they made a mistake, because the person would have endured the mistake. It's because the doctor didn't have a relationship with the patient,
Yeah.
right? So building that relationship, I really love that. It's important. And if I were to give you guys advice, that relationship takes a minute. It's
Totally.
not, right?
Oh, for sure. It's not, I'm following you, I comment, and now I'm going to push my product on you. It takes some time. You got to start messaging. You got to start reacting. You got to interact with all the things because then I've seen you and I kind of
And
know
you're building
who you
some
are.
trust.
I'm building trust.
I might have looked
And-
you up.
Right. I might have looked you up and I thought, oh, they have a big following. I want to send them my product. But at the end of the day, what if my product doesn't even make sense for them?
Yeah.
Like, then why send it? It's just going to be a waste for both of us.
Oh, and that's so what you're saying is the importance of influencer relationships definitely comes down to first trust, then authenticity, then familiarity, and then is it a good match?
Totally.
Because you can have all the first three things.
Yeah.
And then it's like, hey, man, whatever. Let's say I have a rocket ship. I'd like you to sell my rocket ship. Like,
Right.
dude, did you ever go, like, you've seen all my stuff.
Never
I
have
don't
I
fly
ever
rocket ships.
never have I talked about space in my
Yes.
life. Like,
Right. I see.
it
and
doesn't make sense.
we have so many product companies. Can you get us influencers? And I say to them, you can get anything you want. Is it going to be the fit that works for you and for them?
Right.
That to have a long-term relationship.
Yeah.
You know, there's some really great people that I love, Peter McKinnon being one of them. I love photography. And, you know, every once in a while I'll text him and he comes back and forth to Utah. We run in the same circles, but we've never met.
Yeah.
Right. And I'll say, you know, hey, Peter, you know, great job. I love this shot. You broke this down beautifully. And he's like, you know, and he'll text me back. He's like, dude, when are you coming to Canada to have coffee at my place?
Yeah.
You know, like, you're going to eventually, and I'm going to eventually get on a plane, even though I know he comes here.
Yeah.
I'll get on a plane and go to Canada to have a cup of coffee with Peter.
Yeah.
Simply because he's cool.
Yeah.
I dig him. I dig his work. I don't know if we'll ever collab on anything. Probably not.
Yeah.
But I can bring really cool collabs to him.
Right.
You know, and I just, you know, he's a guy I'd be friends with.
Yeah.
When I met you on the phone, I said, oh man, this guy's in my life.
Yeah.
He's done. He's the modern dad, but I'm the modern Italian dad.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm the old school modern Italian dad.
Yeah.
But you got to connect with those people. You got to
For sure. Yeah.
And I love that. So the first thing, if you're looking for influencers, so that I can break it down.
Yes.
You're saying first is follow.
First follow. Just follow them.
Follow, and then authentic comments
interactions.
and interactions.
Yes.
Right?
DMs without pushing your product.
Do you do the DMs or do you just put comments on other people's comments? I find
Any.
interacting with your audience tells you more about me
Right.
than if I just have something prepared to say to you.
Yes. So it's a little bit of both. If I post something and you just comment on it directly with your thoughts of this, that's one. Also, when you interact with who is commenting on my stuff, that's another thing, because then I'm seeing like, okay, are they trying to stir things up? Are they causing any drama?
Right.
Like, what are they doing? Are they just
Are they
coming
supporting
here?
the community?
Right. Or are they just coming here to try to pull people to them? What's going on? But then also with DMs, that's where it's like, no one can see this. No one can see what the conversation is over here.
Yeah.
So what are you really going to say? Are you just going to come in here and be like, hey, I've been following you forever. I want to send you my stuff. It's like, no, I saw when you followed me on Tuesday, Shelly. Like, calm down. Like, I get it. And then the other thing too is don't get frustrated if they don't respond, because sometimes things go into like a pending folder and that thing is like a black hole. Yeah. So that's why you want to start the interactions, because you have more of a chance of getting into their DMs that they will then see and interact back with you.
Got it. I love that, man. It's incredible advice, because so many people who create products or services are looking for influencers.
Yeah.
I'm going to add to a piece of advice on that.
Yeah.
If you have a product or a service and you don't have a path to sell it, it's never going to get in front of an influencer. Here's why. If you haven't figured out what's special about your product, don't ask someone else to. This is like sales 101.
Totally.
I see it happening all the time. It's like, well, I don't know how to sell a product, but you talk about products that are like my product. Well, I only, and I tell all of our clients that are influencers, you only need to do business with successful businesses. And I'm not defining it simply by monetary. I'm defining it by process. Mm-hmm. What's their process, their thought process? What's their passion behind the product that's going to align with you so that you stay and you're building your brand. How do these Cadis glasses work with my brand?
Right.
And someone says, "Oh, Peter Anthony's always wearing glasses." I am, because I can't see anything without my glasses that's 18 inches or closer. But the challenge is, if someone brings me something that I don't love, or I'm not aligned with, or they don't love, it's just profit driven.
Yeah.
It's not, I don't have a Kardashian size following.
Yes.
That I can make that mistake, or that I just take the money.
Yeah.
And
also, if your budget, like with your budget as a business, and you're just paying someone, I'm going to just sponsor a post. I'm going to pay you to talk about this. Okay, great. So now I got the money. I don't care about the product.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to show up in my content that I don't care. You're going to be out everything. You just paid, you're getting no customers.
And you actually,
and I get out free.
You actually inversely put it out there that I'm willing to pay. And then if someone doesn't care about, once those people say, "Oh, that's interesting, these glasses, the Kardashians wearing them," and then I see them in Gucci, and I'm like, well, they clearly didn't like these.
Right.
Because I've never seen them again. So I'm going to move towards the Gucci.
Yeah.
Because that's silently what they're saying.
Yeah.
Now, any potential that you had to acquire that customer is gone, because you didn't have the relationship with the influencer. You just were paying an influencer.
Right.
That's interesting. How would a company, this is interesting, right? You're an influencer, you do affiliate deals.
Mm-hmm.
What does a good affiliate deal look like for an influencer?
Right. So there's lots of different ways of doing it, but it's mostly broken down in, I get to offer a discount percentage to my following, because we got to entice them to come through me,
so you have to
purchase your product.
A strong enticement.
Yeah. Correct. Also, I need to get some kind of percentage if it's sold.
Yeah.
So
that's trackable.
I'm getting paid for my work. You're getting paid for the sale.
And the customer is getting the best deal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you're taking what is in there, you're looking at your overall spend, and you're saying, how can we break this down percentage-wise? So let's just say, for example, an item's $100. We have 30% we can work with. I like to tell people, let's give a little buffer. So I'll say 10%, 10%. It's easy math. Well, where's the other 10% going? Well, we have things like Black Friday. We have things like sales where I can offer a bigger discount. Maybe my discount goes to 20%, but I still get to keep my 10%.
Yeah.
Or what if we do it where during this grace period, you get to offer 15% and I get 15%? Or it's your birthday month. We're going to give it where your commissions are going to be 20%. And you still get the same code where it still is like, so you can just fluctuate because you have that buffer on the side.
So what I think you're presenting is, you need an understanding of your product. You need an understanding of your margins.
Yeah.
And you have to understand that what an influencer is looking for is an irresistible offer, because what you're asking for is the one thing they can never get back. That's time. They're giving you time on their platform where they're replacing something with you.
Yeah.
And that time has a cost. And that cost lives in perpetuity because the platforms live in perpetuity. So it's important that you understand your margins and your numbers, that you're generous with their audience, and you're responsive to the person's working's needs. This is so key to acquiring influencers, and many people don't understand the dynamics.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I think when you're building that relationship with them, that's when you really are getting the best bang for it, because then it's like, look, once you have me, I'm in. Like, I'm an all or nothing kind of guy. Once I know that you're supporting me and what I need, I'll do whatever you want. It's great. And the thing too is, we don't just look at their numbers, because those can be purchased. There's all kinds of stuff there.
Yeah, we say that all the time.
Yeah, look at like who they are. What are they doing? Are they talking about products? Are they talking about products all the time? So then are you going to get buried in the mix of everything? Like, you really got to put in the time to finding who is going to work for what you're wanting.
Yeah, and I think that's a really interesting point as well, because so often you don't put the time, effort, and energy into learning about their array of products and how your product fits with their array. You might be interested in their passion,
Yeah.
but you don't know what's in the queue, right? So
Yeah.
that because it's an 80-20 rule.
Yeah.
20% of what you represent is going to bring in 80% of your income,
Yeah.
right? Which basically means if you have 100 products you're representing, 2 or 3 of them are going to bring in over 60% of your revenue.
Yeah.
Which means the 20% that's on the bottom is going to bring in very little to nothing.
Yeah.
And you have to, as a product manufacturer or product or service company that wants to work with an influencer, you have to be aware of what else there is that they're representing. I'll use Peter McKinnon as another example.
Yeah.
All right. Peter already has a deal with Nomadic, right? And he's already producing a camera case. So if you come in with a camera case, there's no room for that relationship.
Right.
Even if you think your case is better and Peter would love it, he might love it privately, but he's already got a position. That position's filled.
Totally.
Yeah. And that's important to know and understand before you as the company waste your time, effort, and energy to try to get somebody who's, it's like going after a married woman. Is there a small chance you can replace the dude? There's a small chance, but you'd be better off finding someone who's not married.
Right. Right. Finding what fits you better and just really putting in the work.
Put in the work.
It's work, but people just think like, I'm just going to throw all my stuff out there. And if something sticks, it's like, great. If I say yes and you send it and I don't share, well, now you're out and you're probably pissed at me because I didn't say anything. But it's like, you didn't do anything to try to make this relationship even happen.
I love it. Now, so tell me what you're working on from a business standpoint and how people can support you moving forward as the modern dad.
Sure. So on the side, I do consulting for businesses of this exact thing. I had worked for businesses individually where I was doing all their influencer strategy, all their affiliate marketing plan, all their social media. So I've been on both sides. I've been on the business side of setting it up. Also, as an influencer, I get them all the time. And so it's nice to be able to help not just the one, but be able to help multiple.
Right.
And so I do a 3-month contract. I help train them. I teach them all the things. And
how can someone get in touch with you about that?
Yeah, so it's on my website, or you can send me a DM on The Modern Dad and say, look, I'm interested in this. I'd love to learn more.
Tell me the URL for the website because it's The Modern Dad.
Yeah, so it's The Modern Dad. It's got dashes between them.
So it's the-modern-dad.com.
Yes. Yes.
The-modern-dad.com.
Correct.
The Modern Dad, because dashes are so modern.
Right. They're so modern.
Right.
But there's a private website just because I didn't want everybody going on there, and I only take so many clients at a time.
Sure.
But yeah, if they just send me a DM, I can send them to the website and they can fill out the form and we see if it works.
And they send you the DM on Instagram.
Instagram.
What's your Instagram?
So themoderndad.com or themoderndad underscores because there's no dashes on Instagram.
So it's the_modern_dad.
Yeah.
On Instagram.
Correct.
I love it, man.
And it's the same on everything. Same on TikTok, same on Facebook. I was like, let's just keep it concise so that it's easier to find.
Consistency makes it cross-platform travel easy.
Yes.
I love what you're doing, man.
Thanks.
I especially love why you did it. I know we didn't get much into the backstory of how you're spending so much time with your family.
Yeah.
You get to be at your kids' games. You get to be at the kids' recitals.
Yeah.
You get to go on vacation with the kids. They're watching you live in the world they want to be in.
Right.
So that's even cooler.
Yeah.
Man, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. This was great.
I'm going to have you on again because I want to talk about just how to build the channel.
Perfect.
That
I love it.
would be super cool. Today is the Utah Business Spotlight. I am with my friend Jason, the Modern Dad, and he's going to give us all lessons. If you have a product and you'd like to learn about how to position it for influencers, Jason's the guy to get out in touch with. And there's a lot of people in Utah with a lot of products. I know you're going to start blowing up his phone. Just tell him that you saw him on the Utah Business Spotlight, man. Give me a little love. Like, subscribe, share. We love you. It's been great.
Yeah.